Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be taking another look at the Jester Classic after last week's video, which I uploaded to my channel titled 10 Things You Need to Know About This Car. Of course, if you guys haven't watched that video, I'd recommend doing so, especially before you buy this in GTA Online. As I'm making this video, this car hasn't been released yet in GTA Online, but the idea being that I'm going to be uploading this video on the day that the vehicle is released. So hopefully by now, when you guys are watching this car is now available in GTA Online, so I would definitely recommend watching that video from last week, and of course watching this one as well, because I'm going to be discussing 7 things wrong with this car, and the reasons why I'm a bit disappointed with the release of this one in GTA Online. So let's go ahead and jump straight into things. Okay then, so as I'm sure all of you guys know by now, the Jester Classic is heavily based upon the Toyota Supra in real life, a car which has been highly demanded and requested by the community in the last 5 years or so since GTA 5's release in 2013. And finally, at last, Rockstar have added it to GTA Online. But unfortunately, it is a bit of a letdown. I think this car is very disappointing and could be so much more than what it is in-game. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video. So first of all, this car is $790,000 to purchase from the Legendary Motorsports website, which for this car in real life would be a lot of money. But then again, in GTA 5, $790,000 is pretty reasonable for a DLC vehicle. And seeing that this thing is so demanded and has been so requested over the past few years, I'm kind of surprised Rockstar aren't asking for more money. But after watching this video, you'll probably understand why. So first of all, let's take a look then at customization for this car. Now, as I sort of briefly talked about in my video last week, the 10 things you need to know about this car, I'm very surprised Rockstar didn't make this a Benny's Original Motorworks vehicle. In real life, as I'm sure you guys know, the Toyota Supra is known for its customization and modifications, and that's why I feel this car would have been perfect as a Benny's Original Motorworks vehicle. But unfortunately it's not, and Rockstar haven't added a Benny's vehicle since January of last year in 2017. So straight away, as you guys can expect, this car doesn't have the level of customization it probably should have if it was a Benny's vehicle. There are though some pretty cool customization options, but again, like I said, there's just a lack of things to do. And there's some things as well which really bother me about this car. For example, in the chassis category, you can fit a roll cage, which in fairness is a nice touch. But if you want to upgrade the roll cage and go for the race seats with the secondary cage, of course you can change out the secondary color, which right now is grey, but you cannot change the color of the racing seats. So if you select this option, you're stuck with red seats, and these seats aren't even that good. And of all the custom seats Rockstar have in-game already, why choose these, not some of the other ones that are in-game? Then as for the exhaust option, now if you want to you can change out the stock exhaust, which I don't particularly like. I'm not a huge fan of the style, but unfortunately the only 2 custom options available for this only really allow you to change the colour of the stock exhaust, taking it from that standard dull grey either to chrome or titanium. So I personally feel there should be more exhaust options for this car, and just more options in each category in general, given that this is the Toyota Supra Rockstar have taken almost 5 years to add to the game. Moving on, there is something else also wrong with this car, this being the trim color. Now on this car you can change sections of the trim, as you can see as I scroll through the options, but these don't actually change the color of the trim, but instead, as you can see, the color just overlays the stock black or the stock gray that's in the car. So it looks completely wrong. If I select red, it just looks horrible and it doesn't look right. And again, I think it's just down to Rockstar not really spending much time or effort whatsoever when creating this car. They have just copy and pasted this from a very basic original vehicle in-game, and it just looks like it hasn't been coded correctly, something which wouldn't take that much time at all. Speaking of which, the next customization option, window tints, again is further evidence that Rockstar haven't spent much time and attention to detail when making this vehicle. So as you can see as I scroll through the window tint options, as you apply one, you can see that the rear lights are also being tinted, something which also affected the overflood Tyrant. And again, this isn't something which is intentional on this vehicle. It's something which Rockstar have done by mistake, and I guarantee with the release of the next update, they will fix and remove this feature from the game. Although yes, we'd love to have this as an official feature in-game, because in fairness, it's something which I know loads of players would love to have the option to do. and not just for this car, but most cars in GTA Online, but I guarantee in the next update Rockstar will fix this bug and remove this from the game. Now, another mistake with this vehicle that Rockstar made when making it, as pointed out in my video last week, the 10 things you need to know about this car, the front lights on this vehicle aren't technically complete. Now, it's quite hard to see in this gameplay. You guys though will spot this if you do go ahead and buy this vehicle in-game. The front right headlight, the one I'm pointing at right now, has glass on it, whereas the other one, the one on the left, does not. And Rockstar made this exact same mistake with the Vapid Flash GT they released in GTA Online last month. So for whatever reason, somehow Rockstar forgot to copy and paste the glass and then reverse it and then place it on the other one, which just seems like such a basic mistake. And as you guys just saw a few moments ago as well, as I tried to shoot the headlights on both sides, no damage whatsoever is done to either. And it's the same situation again when you crash. These lights don't take any damage, the glass on the one side as well doesn't smash, and it's the same situation as well with the lights on the back, because the lights, as you can see, are so low resolution and low texture on the back, it's literally just stuck on, a texture that's just placed on the back, again as I talked about in my video last week. Those rear lights aren't proper lights that we have on every other vehicle in the game. For whatever reason, Rockstar just skipped that step and decided they'll just place a sticker on the back rather than physical lights. So as you can see, when I shoot those, they don't take any damage whatsoever, which is, again, further proof Rockstar didn't spend much time or add much detail to this car whatsoever. And some of the textures and detailing on this car are extremely poor and very low resolution, just like this strut mount in the engine bay and sections of the engine as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure this was copied from the original Toyota Supra that was in GTA San Andreas. That's how low resolution it is right now, and the engine bay as well, sections of it are extremely blocky too. Now there's one final thing that I feel is wrong with this car, or at least it's missing, and that is liveries. This being one of the only vehicles in this update which doesn't have any livery options whatsoever. This car is definitely one of the ones from this update which should have had livery options available for it, but for whatever reason, most likely down to just lack of effort, Rockstar haven't added or made any liveries whatsoever for this vehicle. And lack of effort and just a lack of attention to detail is something which you'll find a lot with this vehicle if you buy it and drive it around in GTA Online, which, like I said at the start of the video, is a real shame. This car could have been so much more and had so much potential, and especially seeing this car has been so desired over the years and so demanded by the community, Rockstar could have at least spent more than 5 minutes just copy and pasting one of their old cars from GTA San Andreas and slightly improving it for GTA 5. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still very happy that Rockstar have added this car in the game, as I'm sure many of you guys are as well. The Toyota Supra is a great car in real life, and like I said, it's nice that Rockstar have finally added it in the game after all the demanding there's been over the years. It's just a shame this car isn't quite what it could have been and is a little disappointing. Like I said, this car should have definitely been a Benny's Original Motorworks vehicle. There should have been a lot more customization options available for this as well, and not just in the categories which Rockstar have currently given us in the standard custom shop, but under the engine bay as well, and in the interior, just like all the other Benny's Original Motorworks vehicles that we have currently in GTA Online. But for whatever reason, Rockstar have completely stopped adding Benny's Original Motorworks vehicles in GTA Online, my guess being that for whatever reason those vehicles aren't quite as popular, or they're more difficult to make, it takes more time, and maybe it doesn't make Rockstar as much money or as many shark card sales than if they just keep on releasing just standard vehicles in-game. But if this car had been so much more in GTA Online, Rockstar could have definitely have charged players a lot more for it. Like I said at the start of the video as well, $790,000 for this, although yes, in real life would be a lot of money for a Toyota Supra, in GTA 5 isn't really that much money. And if Rockstar had made this a Benny's Original Motorworks vehicle, they could have made you buy the standard Jester for $300,000 or so, then take it down to the custom shop, then pay the upgrade fee, and then the cost of all the customization options, which at Benny's are always a lot more expensive than the standard upgrades available at the Los Santos Customs. But for whatever reason, Rockstar didn't do that. They've just released this as a standard vehicle in-game. But not just that, they've not spent much time at all on making this vehicle. It's pretty clear with a lack of detailing, some of the very basic mistakes, and the poor texturing on certain features. But I of course want to get your thoughts and feelings on this vehicle. What do you guys think about it? So go ahead and leave a comment right now. If you guys could also drop a like on this video as well, if you guys agree with me, then definitely go and do so. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.